Two things that I want to discuss today, and really they relate to negative emotions. The first thing is, let's use fear as an example of a negative emotion, because I think whether it's fear, whether it's stress, whether it's anxiety, this seems to be something that most people struggle with or are struggling with, and perhaps even more and more people are struggling with because of the high level perhaps of uncertainty in our world today. So the first thing to think about, to consider when you think about fear, is in any emotion, in fact, you can't think your way out of a feeling state. You can't think your way out of an emotion. Quite often, if somebody is feeling fearful or anxious, sometimes the sort of strategy they might take is, all right, I need to change, I need to think positively, or I need to think about something different so that I don't feel this. And all that does is, first of all, you can't think your way out of it. So it's not going to work. Second thing is, all it does is it creates a resistance to the feeling. Whatever we resist persists. And so that just keeps that energy, that emotional energy, stuck and unable to move through you. So the first thing is, when you have a negative emotion, is to bring your attention right into the now, right into the present. What you'll find is that every single time that you have a negative emotion and it's kind of starting to consume you, it's not the feeling, it's not the emotion, it's the story that we attach to the feeling. And if you just bring your attention right into the now, sometimes that's like, look around you, breathe, feel the sensations in the body, bring your attention even to where you feel that feeling of that emotion in the body, and notice how quickly the mind wants to jump out of the now into a story about what this might mean in the future, or referencing some past story and projecting it forward into the future. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, it's not the fear that is the problem. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the resistance we have to the fear. And when if you just take that feeling of fear and you bring your absolute attention to the feeling, right into the now, you let go of all the stories or any context to it. If you add no context to that fear in the form of a story, no past experience, no imagined future outcome that might present or represent, if you just focus your attention on the actual feeling in the body without the story, in other words, you let go of all resistance to feeling that feeling. Just relax into the feeling of what that feels like in the body. You'll find it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that feeling. The problem is we attach the story to it, and then the mind gets hooked into the story. Remember that the stories our mind creates aren't real. Either from the past, they're just memories. We can choose to let go of that story. The future, they're just imagined projections of what the mind is trying to create and anticipate, but it's not real. The only thing that's real is what's happening now. And in those moments where you feel intense fear, or any other emotion for that matter, but we're just using fear as an example, just bring your attention right into the now and let go of any story or context that you attach to that feeling, and just focus your attention on feeling the feeling. Let go of the resistance to the feeling, and what you'll find is there's nothing wrong with that feeling. It's okay. and you can handle it, you can deal with it. And what that will do is it will cause your energy to shift. In emotion, energy in motion is like a wave. It's going to hit you, there might be an intensity to it, and that's really what it is. That fear that you're feeling, it's an intensity, but it's not wrong. What makes it feel wrong are the stories we attach to it. And if we let go of the stories and we relax into the feeling, then it's like a wave. It hits you, but it dissipates. And when it dissipates, what you will be left with is clarity.